Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome. It's a faction turn time. Faction turn number 18, in fact. That is so weird to me. Like, it's so strange. Just as like kind of an editorial aside, like just setting aside all the stuff we have to do, skipping introducing what this is about. But like, can I just tell you, like, as a content creator, as a game master, as a game designer, as a person who plays games, the idea that we have maintained and continued this strange experiment for as long as we have just boggles my mind. And we were talking the other day in the Discord server about, I think in the live show channel, we were talking about what a bummer it is when we can't do a live show and I can't actually play the game. But then I realized, like, while for my players, they're missing episodes, and while for purely like audience-based participation, people are missing episodes, but for me, I feel connected to the narrative and the universe of Far Verona. I was gonna say almost, but no, it's definitely 100% more, way more than any other role-playing game I've ever played. And it's because of this. It's because not only do we sit down once a month and process the orders, but like I'm constantly like having conversations with various factions, and I'm checking in on the Discord, and I'm like thinking about the universe of Far Verona way more than I think about any other setting of any other role-playing game, because this to me is as much the game, maybe more, or certainly differently than the parts where we sit down and roll dice, right? It's so fascinating to me from because I'm essentially game mastering both games, and honestly, like I'm doing more design work and more thinking about mechanics and stuff for the faction turn than I am for the live show. It's pretty fucking cool. So I guess I just wanted to thank you for that. And also particularly I want to highlight something really interesting. So this is the hard work of a member of the audience here. One number 742-617-000027. I'm not sure the significance of your name there, number 74, but check this out. So this is a map. This is a map of Acheron Row. Right now, this looks familiar, right? This looks like the Sectors Without Number map. This is a thing we've seen before, but I want to show you this. If we zoom in, check this shit out. If we zoom in, we can see, look at this. So this is Imperial Prime. This is the sector. This is Maya, right? This planet. This is Imperial Prime, the planet. If we hover it, we can see the current influence model. So we can see that Pixis culture and Pixis influence controls 87.5% of Imperial Prime, with House Crux following up. And then we get to look at these are all of the little assets that are on the planet with their own little icons. So we can see at a glance on Imperial Prime, we got the Imperial Capital Fleet, Commodities Broker, Party Machine, and we can see it with the color and the layout. Look, Fornax has some post-tech industry on this planet. Isn't this cool? And so we can see, if we look at any given planet, all this stuff that's on it. Yeah, it's really neat. And yeah, if I zoom out a little and I hover, you can see the movement reach of any given asset. So we can see the lighter gray, how the Space Marines can move one hex. Isn't that neat? And then there's the Capital Fleet, and we can see the range of the Capital Fleet. Now, the other cool thing is over on the side, and look, it gives us all the information about that asset. Over here on the side, we can see information about each of the various factions. We can see what percent they have influence over the sector, and I assume this is in descending order. It is, yeah. So you can see Eridanus overall throughout the sector. I blame this goddamn fizzy cheese. I blame the fizzy cheese personally. And then I can also click and see just their assets. So we can see that House Eridanus has a Party Machine down here on Cabina, but is mostly concentrated on these two planets, right? On Demnoff and on what planet is that? Alvaro? Tiber, of course. Yeah. Isn't that cool? And then if we check this out, if we go, this is my favorite bit. if we go in here and we zoom in on 808, the most important sector, we can see that the Guild Dyson Sphere has 420% influence from the Guild. The population is okay boomer. The tech level is 9,001. And total influence is 6,969. So thank you for that, number 7. It's great. This map is so cool. And it's really, like, for me, it's really, really nice having an alternate way of looking at the universe. Right? So, like, sure, I can go. Oh, poor Gats. Sure, I can go and I can look at the spreadsheet, and that can be something that I can see. But being able to check in and look and see where all these little bases of influence are, and like, it's just such an interesting tool. So now if I'm looking, let's see, if I'm looking at what the players might interact with, I can zoom in on the sector or the subsector that they're in, the system. So if I go to Benili, then I can see there are 2 Seraph party machines, there's a shipping combine, there's marketers here from the Democratic Mandate. I can see there's an Eridanus party machine. Like, I can use these as objects for the players to interact with directly. Isn't that neat? Anyway, thank you for that, number 742-617-000027. This is fucking awesome, and I love it. Like, as a game master of both games, very helpful. And I guess, sorry, there's some sorcery at work here that allows this to automatically pull from the sheet. You know, like whether it's like in character, in universe, like commercials for your faction, whether it's I was commending House Aquila on their like 97 page long detailed document about the Imperial Civil War, whether it's that, it's prose, it's fiction, it's poetry, it's fashion design, whether it's maps, it's calculator shit. Like, you, as a group of individuals, every single week, you just blow my mind. There is something every week where someone is like, check this out. And I'm like, what's this? And I look at it and I'm like, oh, another piece of amazing Far Verona ephemera. So thank you. For me, like, that kind of stuff is just, it's so cool. And it like, it's a personal honor to me that you were spending your time and creative energy on stuff in the Far Verona universe. I just wanted to show that off. It's something that I think is really cool, and it's really nice to get a chance to show you that. Now, speaking of multimedia, I have not 1, not 2, but 6 different audio recordings to play for you during the faction turn today. And you know what? I think what I might do, I think this might be something that could be fun. What I might do is set aside a little bit of time during the faction turn to just like highlight cool fan stuff from the month, right? Like a little like fan corner, I think would be a really cool thing to add to the faction turn stream. So maybe as we like get into that part where everybody's sending me orders and stuff, bring forth your fan creations to me so that I can highlight them, whether it's character art, whether it's like fiction stuff that I can read a little bit of. Like, get me your excerpts, get me your fan art. And I would love to, because I'm already kind of doing that, right? We're already sort of highlighting your work as part of the announcements for the turn. So yeah, get that stuff to me, and I will make sure that we get a chance to show it off on the stream. Sound good? Sounds good to me. For me, there isn't really much to announce. Here, some folks are getting audio delay. I'm gonna just bump my camera here. All right. If that doesn't fix it, well, blame Twitch. So yeah, for me, it's been a pretty busy month outside of Far Verona stuff. I haven't really had much time to further work on the influence stuff, though I have had a ton of really good feedback from the various factions about influence so far. Lots of good hints, some ideas about how to design that. I'd love to get one more turn or one more like sit down design engagement before I go on vacation at the beginning of December, but But I'm definitely going to, in December, put in some more time. I want to finish, by the end of the year, I want to finish all the stuff that we were working on in September. I want all the design stuff pretty much to be finished, which means the last remaining high church stuff, I'm going to try to polish that off with the Mechanisms Council. And we're going to do however many more streams and however much more work it takes to get the goals system and the influence system done. Because I'd love to start the new year and go into our first turn for 2020 with that stuff in place. Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah, so that's the plan. Anyway, that's kind of where we're at. Let's start processing these orders, shall we? Let's get to the spreadsheets. That's why everybody's here, isn't it? Okay. All right. So our first faction for today, and actually let me organize them because everybody's out of order now. All right. So, let's see. Seraph, you are our first faction for today. So let's get you going. All right. Here we go. So Seraph is number 1 in the turn order. Number 1. Oh, spreadsheets. Why must you be this way? Okay. All right. So they are going to both take the goal and commit to the action of expand influence. Let me go ahead and throw that in here. There we go. Expand influence. And they are going to build a base of influence. But first, I want to get them their money, get all that sorted out. And Seraph is also in the midst of seizing Halger. That's right. Okay. So remind me to make sure if I finish this phase without advancing this to 2 of 3, poke me. Don't let me forget. Okay, so they are going to take the goal, expand influence. There we go. They're going to get their 8 income, bring them up to 16. I'm going to sneeze. And then now they're going to build their base of influence. So we're building a base of influence on Halger for 1 faction credit. So that brings them down to 15. And let's go create a new one. Oh, here's something else. If you're keeping up on the turn order, you'll notice there's a new column on the spreadsheet. We announced this in the Discord, but I'll show it to you now. There's a new column on the spreadsheet called status. So status is a way for me to indicate whether something is active or inactive, whether it's got summoning sickness, whether it's been disabled by an asset, whether it's one of the Imperial assets protected, or is in the midst of a seizure. So that's a new column for measuring that stuff. Because we were starting to get a lot of kind of overlapping color banding, which I was using to indicate that. So now I can just use this drop down. So thank you to the multiple people that worked on installing that and getting that up and running. So thanks, guys. So let's see. We were going to build a 1 HP Seraph base of influence. There we go. All right. And that's on Halger. Perfect. Okay. Good. And I guess technically it has summoning sickness. Is brand new. All right, so that cost them 1. They're going to spend 5 more credits on something or other, which I will now roll. And there is a conditional on this roll, so we'll talk about that if we need it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Congratulations. You got the best number you could get. All right, we rolled a 15. I will be reaching out about your project shortly after the stream. They're my Seraph friends. Well, there you go. Okay, so spent 5 fact creds, rolled a 15. Excellent. Okay, cool. So now, before I forget, we're going to advance the Halger tracker to 2 of 3. There we go. They are going to get 1 experience for completing their goal. That brings them up to gain 1 XP for expand influence goal. And that, I believe, is that for their turn mechanically. Now, I promised six different announcements. Seraph has the honor of being our first. Now, I tried to, just as an aside, I tried to audio balance these all, but if it's a little quiet or a little loud, I might need to adjust it when we play it. So just give me a break.
Disaster, doom, the collapse. We trace the connections between events and invest those connections with meaning. To define Halger is to be bathed in the language of apocalypse. The angel has come to learn this language. It is not a language you hear with just your ears, not unlike the great mysteries of God. It is not a problem to solve, but a reality to experience. These are proven ways to win the loyalty of the wise, the justice of the great, the prayers of the righteous, and the valor of the brave. The mystique of our shared covenant, the esprit of shared suffering. Together we weave the pattern, play our part in the universe. Like any good artist, we have captured this shared symmetry, this elegance of existence, and we experience it with grace. With each turning of the seasons, we dance together. In the gray slough of coal, with the thrum of crude oil and machine, we dance together. In the pattern of cracks made on the frozen surface, we dance together. Moving ever closer to each other as we joyfully dance towards death. Yet this rapture will come to nothing without the science of our tradition, to work tirelessly for the betterment of all.
It was great. That was so good. And the voice, whoever did that voice, you did a great job. It was like a little bit Gandalf and like a little Southern preacher. And like I could envision that person, you know, like they have gray hair. Maybe they have like a goatee. They wear like a tweed jacket with leather patches on the elbows. That's a very Seraph voice. Nicely done. Thank you, Seraph. So that's number 1. We got 5 more excellent little announcements to make as we go along. So stick around for those. Next up in the turn order, the noble family of the House of Fornax. Fornax, you are number 2 in our turn order today. So let's. Can I still sort by this? Where did my sort by button go? Come on, spreadsheet. Oh, well, whatever. Okay, so House Fornax, you are number 2. Let's get you going here. Yeah, I think I might have, like, because the filters are available on all the other columns. So I don't know. I don't know how to spreadsheet. I mean, I kind of do. All right, so they're going to set their goal as expand influence as well. Okay. They're going to take the action, expand influence. I wonder what percentage of the XP earned in this game so far has been the result of this specific maneuver, right? How many factions have spent their turn how many times just doing expand influence? It's got to be like a huge amount, right? Like it's most of the XP in the game. Yeah. It's so interesting digging into this game as deeply as we have. Like, this is a massive playtest, a massive undertaking. It's really interesting seeing those patterns develop. This is what's fun about playtesting, right? Is like you set a bunch of tools in front of a group of players and say, go. and watch like what they find, because one person or one group would never be able to get the kind of depth of playtesting that we've done so far. It's really interesting to me seeing these patterns developing. Okay, let's go give Fornex their money, because you do not want to not give Fornex their money. They'll come after you. All right, so they go to 9. They're going to set their goal here as expand influence. Here we go. And then they are going to move some stuff around, and then they are going to buy. They're going to buy a thing. So let's do that. Here we go. All right, so first, their commodities broker from Dio to GATS using the covert shipping. Okay, so commodities broker on Dio, move to GATS. All right, where are you, Dio? I guess I can just search. There we go. Okay, so Fornax, here we go. Commodities broker to GATS. Can I just like, as an aside, and I'm sure that if you are a member of a faction that is playing the turn and like doing all this stuff, I'm sure you already know this, but like, can we just talk about how good commodities brokers are? Like, a commodities broker has a really good amount of hit points, right? 10 is like medium high hit points. They do a pretty solid amount of damage, and their special ability is like bananas good. I mean, I guess that's why they cost 20 fac creds, but yeah, they're like a better demagogue. There are a few, I will say this, there are a few assets in this game that I think are just like in need of a balance adjustment. And maybe that'll be a project for next year. Maybe we'll do like a greater, like, nerf the big ones slightly, raise the worst ones a little. Like, maybe we'll try to balance some of these assets out. But that, again, big project, but a rebalance would be kind of cool. Anyway, commodities broker. It is on GATS now. We have done that. That costs 1 credit to Fornex. All right, bring them down to 8. And then they're going to build a 1 hit point base of influence. House Fornex, base of influence, 1 HP on GATS. Okay. All right. So let me make a note of that, and then we will talk about how that looks. All right. So build 1 HP BOI on GATS. There we go. And that's going to get them their experience. And then they're also going to spend 5 fat creds on redacted. And let's see how it goes. So that'll bring them down to 2, I think. Yeah, because 1 for the base, and then another 5 brings them down to 2. All right. Let me make that roll, and we'll see how it goes. +5. All right, they got a 10. Rolled a 10. Okay. Rolled a 10 total. Okay. I think that is it. Oh yeah, and completed goal. Completed goal +1 XP. Great. Okay. So that brings them up to 12. And I have an announcement, which I believe qualifies. It helps you understand the base here. So, on behalf of the High Church, we now allow pilgrims a more comfortable voyage to GATS through our newly built Tezcat space station. Let GATS forever remind us of the terrible suffering made inevitable when vice is left to fester. Never again must we allow our fellow noble brethren to stray from the path of virtue. Never again. Space station. That's pretty cool. All right. Excellent. Thank you, House Fornax. Let's see. Who is next? I think it is the Trilliant Ring. Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. So the Trilliant Ring. Here you go. You are number 3. Okay. So Trilliant Ring. They have an announcement before the beginning of their turn. Okay. So, this is an excerpt from a leaked discussion from the office of an unnamed upper echelon member. Excuse me, sir. I noticed the expenditure plan for the Expanse. Did you really mean to add all those zeros? What? Are they not enough? Then add another 2 zeros. We'll spare no expense on the Expanse. What's an order of magnitude between friends? All right, so they're going to gain, let's gain some income for them. I think they have like, they're going to end up with a pretty good amount of money. They have 52. They have their 3 party machines, or 44. It brings them up to 52 from 44 because they have 8 total. Okay. And then they're going to take the Wealth of Worlds goal. Cool. Okay, so Wealth of Worlds, you spend 4 times your faction's wealth rating on bribes and influence, and then you gain 2 experience. So they are going to take the buy asset action. So let's go ahead and process that for them. So where are you? Trilliant. Let's see here. There they are, Trilliant Ring. Okay. So they're going to set goal, Wealth of Worlds. They're going to take action. And they're taking buy asset. All right. And then buy a bank on Trillion9. All right, let's start there. And that cost them 12 faction credits. So 12 brings them down to 40. Interesting. So I'd love to see like the like justification for, or like Eridanis and Trilliant, like creating your own bank is especially when you're kind of sort of creating your own country. Like if I were a member of the Imperial intelligence community, despite the fact that the Trilliant Ring has such a positive relationship with many noble factions and with the High Church, I would still be looking kind of side-eyed at the Trilliant Ring. I'd be like, cool. So you own several planets in contiguous order. They are all governed by you. You've now opened your own bank. Are you trying to become your own country? Because this sounds like a secession. Are you going to secede? Don't do it. Don't do it, Trillion. We own those planets. But like we talked about in the new year, secession and creating your own like sub empire is absolutely a thing that could be possible for a faction to do, and Trillion's getting pretty close to being able to do that. It would be interesting. We've had civil wars, but we've never had an emperor that's like, yes, I acknowledge your sovereignty. Maybe you're like a secondary state. Yeah, well, we've never had that. If they just tried to secede from the empire, it would be like okay, so here's a real world example. I think now my understanding of American constitutional politics is not great, but I think it's treason for a state to try to leave the union. Like, I think technically it's an act of treason. Like if California or Texas were like, see you later, American government, we're going to become our own thing. I think that's an act of treason. Whereas in like Canada, if Quebec decided to leave, we would be like, we're sorry that you want to go, but I guess if you really don't want to be part of Canada anymore, I guess we'll just deal with that. Would you like to make some peace treaties? Like they could, but it's like, yeah, like that's sort of a dumb move, but I guess if you want to. It is really interesting seeing how nations protect their own ability to remain one indivisible unit. Yeah, there's no legal mechanism for a state to leave the union. Yeah. So anyway, what I'm sort of wondering about is like, what would that be like in the Empire? Like if the high chair of Trilliant came to the Emperor and was like, most beloved Emperor, we bid you honor, but we understand that you've got a big empire to run and there's not a lot of people to run it. We think that it's time for the Expanse to become its own thing. I wonder what would happen, right? Like, I guess here's the thing, like an act of retaliation. Theoretically, Pixis could, with some effort, just write new maps that don't include the Expanse in them. Like, I wonder if that's a thing, right? Like, because the map of Acheron Row is, it's not a real, again, it's all Baudrillardian. It's not the real territory, right? Like, I wonder if we could just say, yeah, we're just going to write you out of the maps. Has this happened before? What buried secrets does the House of Vela have? Right? Like, we're just going to take our jump points and leave. Isn't that interesting though? Like as a thing, I guess theoretically, but the problem is that there are competing like maps right now, right? It's actually beneficial because the mapping structures of the universe are not in the hands of one person. Like, I imagine all of the factions are trying to develop their own alternative. We know that the Emperor has, like, the House of Pixis has their own navigational like map thing, but I imagine everybody else is trying to build their own within. Like, there's no way that the Confederation of the Upright Vagrant doesn't have at least the seeds of their own like maps and stuff. Now we know that only one set of maps like works, but I wonder about that. That could be like a temporary like attack too. This is not a game design stream, Adam. Stop it. But like that could be a thing, like cutting them off or like fucking with their ability to move around. Yeah. Anyway, thoughts about travel in the universe. Where were we? We were buying a bank. We were in the midst of buying a bank. So let's do that. let's get a bank here. So Trilliant Ring. They're buying a bank. It has summoning sickness, and it is currently on Trillion 9. Nice safe place to put a bank. Boop. Okay. All right. So. They're also going to move some stuff around. So let's do that. I'm just going to copy and paste it from their order. There we go. Activate covert shipping on Navette to move surveyors. Okay, so surveyors on Hroa to Dio, and I should actually just sort by Trilliant Ring now. Okay, so here we go. They're moving their surveyors on Hroa to Dio Mikado. Here we go. All right, Hroa to Dio, and they're moving their commodities broker on Dio to Trillion 9. Commodities broker, Trillion 9. There it is. Okay. And that cost them, what, 2 more? Oh, and then they're going to spend 24 fact creds to complete Wealth of Worlds. Hot damn. 24 fact creds to complete Wealth of Worlds. Plus 2 XP. All right. Ending balance should be 14 if I've got this right. So let's do that. Wealth of Worlds is complete. They go up to 16. There we go. Big stacks. So now they're going to have to raise their wealth from 6 to 7 before they complete Wealth of Worlds again. Yeah, it's interesting how, like, as your wealth goes up, Wealth of Worlds becomes both easier and more costly because you're getting more stuff and you're buying more wealth assets and you're getting more fact creds every turn. Yeah. It's interesting. I guess it's tied for like current wealthiest. I guess it depends on. So here's the thing. Balance is, if you have a high balance, you're rich. If you have a high wealth, you're wealthy, right? The difference between the two, where like balance is like liquid currency, whereas wealth is like holding on. Yeah, it's like money. It's money in the bank, basically. It's assets and stuff. So obviously Eridanos is top of the pile for that. Pixis has all the Imperial money, and then Fornax and the Trillion Ring come in behind. But yeah, exactly. Eridanos' balance isn't necessarily like their own money. It's just fluid capital. It's their ability to like spend stuff. And I really like that House Eridanos generally has the most number of interfaction like money transactions every turn. It's kind of fun watching that too, watching the like trade orders come and go. Anyway, I gave you your experience. I believe that's it for the Trillion Ring. That turn took a hot minute because of all my Game Master rambling. Thank you for your patience on that. All right. Next up, speaking of noble friends of the Trillion Ring, next up is the House of Serpens. Okay, House Serpens, you are number 4 in today's turn order. So, House Serpens, this is going to seem familiar to everyone. Set goal. Here, I'm going to try to do it consistently. Expand influence. And then action. Can you guess? Can you guess what it might be? That's right, it's expand influence. Okay, so let's give them their money. So that brings them up to 18. Here we go. You got to expand influence. House Serpens. So the fact, look at this. So to me, as a, because I guess I'm going to be doing game design and GM commentary as we go through this. This to me indicates there's something wrong with the current structure of the game. The fact that nobody has a goal and the fact that everybody is taking goals and completing them in the same turn feels like a missed opportunity. It feels like something is off about the game's design, right? So this is something that we need to kind of like look into. And it means to me, I'm headed in the right direction because everybody has these other goals that they're like rolling for and doing stuff. So this says to me, in the same way that factions having so much money with nothing to do with it, that indicates to me that there is a thing to be adjusted, right? Something to be managed. Yeah. So like most of them are based on, yeah, exactly. Most of them are based on attacking. Yeah. Sat with blood the enemy for 8 months. Yeah. Right. So it's one of those things that like it indicates there is something to be adjusted, right? Something to take a look at. So that's cool, right? It's something interesting to kind of like note a pattern, right? From a game design perspective. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So, let's see. Serpents. You were doing your turn. So, House Serpents. I got 18 right now. I'm going to just adjust them down to 16 because they're spending money twice this turn. And they are going to move some shit and buy some stuff. So, let's record. Let's record that. Okay. So we're going to get a 1 HP base of influence on Marquise. Let's go do that. House Serpens. House Serp. No, select it. There we go. Base of influence, 1 HP on Marquise. There we go. House Slurp. House Slurpins. Okay. All right. So that's good. And they're going to move covert shipping, or they're going to move hardened personnel from Marquise to Argiast, which always kind of sounded like a dirty word to me. I guess because it sounds like orgy. All right. Argiast. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. All right. And so I think that cost them 1. I think it cost them 1 because of the vagrant money. Let me double check. So first, we got to find it. So they're on Marquise. Here we go. House Serpents, hardened personnel on Marquise. And then that goes to Argiast. Bloop. Here we go. And then we take 1 credit Does covert shipping cost a credit? Let me look. I think it does. I just want to figure out if their end results are 50. It's 15, right? They end on 15 because they owe. Yes. Okay. And so the Vagrant gets 1 from Serpens. Cool. All right. Yeah. No worries, Paul. I got it. I just wanted to make sure my math was right. Okay. All right. That would be another piece of information. Do you know, Vagrant, how much money total over the course of the last 18 turns, how much money total you've made from your piracy tag? It's like less than 10, right? The church gave you a shit ton at the end of their run, but it's like, yeah, 7 to 10, I figure. Yeah, right, 0 till the high church came to tooth them. That's not true. You've had 1 or 2 little bits and pieces here and there. Again, something interesting to look at, right? In terms of like, ideally, if I had the time and we all had the energy, I would love to just redesign everything. And maybe that's where we're going to end up. Maybe like all the tags are going to get a redesign. Maybe everything's going to get tweaked by the time we get done. But like, as things change and as we add more, the base layer gets upgraded as we go too. Yeah. Anyway, that is House Serpents. Thank you, Snakes, for your contribution. Let's go ahead and update this bad boy. So number 5, the House of the Crux. So Crux, you are number 5 in our order today, and you are going to take the action, use asset ability. All right, House Crux, you get your money, bringing you up to 29. There we go. Okay, and we are going to move and activate a bunch of stuff. So let's go ahead and take care of that for you. All right. So first, pre-tech infantry on Yakia to Orpheus. I'm just noticing this planetary government permission required. I totally missed this. Interesting. Okay, we haven't had this come up in forever, which is why I missed it. Let's review the rules, and we'll see what happens. It may be that this infantry gets locked for a minute, but let me look. It's Orpheus, so it is House Lyra. I don't think it has come up. Yeah. I mean, yes, we don't talk about the war. I just mean it hasn't come up like recently. So let's take a look at what that looks like. And let me pull up my rulings doc as well. Let's see here. Oh, did I? Sorry, it got. Yes. So it's because it got moved while I was typing because somebody keeps readjusting the spreadsheet for me. It's very helpful, but it's also confusing. Okay. So I don't know what happened to this cell, but yes, thank you for noticing that. It's not the Deathless's orders. See, now I have this in here twice. Okay. All right. So anyhow, let me go ahead and check my rulings on this. I thought I screwed up and sent our infantry to Orpheus. Nope, you're good. You're okay. It was just the spreadsheet. The planet owner can say no, and the P-tag owning a faction can choose to dump 1d6 into the void or just no move. Yeah, right? So let me see. I don't think this move affects much else, but I totally forgot to check in with Orpheus. But let's take a look and we'll see how it works, and then we'll go from there. So, rulings and clarifications. Orpheus, can you imagine? I like that. Can you imagine the realities of infantry shipped to the wrong planet? I mean, I'm sure that there are like misfired orders in real life. Like, I'm sure that happens. Okay, here we go. So from the rulebook, yada, 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 ignore this text. When moving an asset with the P tag to an area without governmental permission, the moving faction must roll a d6 and lose that many fat creds. If they are unable to pay the cost, they retain the credits, but the asset in question cannot be moved. This cost is payable per asset and is paid out to the bank and disappears. Okay, right. So without governmental permission. So I have to check, and I don't know if I don't think that the Orpheus rep is presently around, but let me go and ping them. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Okay, so permission is granted. Thank you, Lyra. Let's continue from there. Look at that. See, this is great. I appreciate that. Thank you. Sorry that I missed it. This little tag is one that I completely forgot was a thing. So thank you for being around to help me with that. Let's keep moving. All right. So pre-take infantry on Yakia to Orpheus. Okay, so let me find. Yeah, the P tag is another thing that could use some re-examining. Okay, House Crux, pre-take infantry to Orpheus. The cops are here. Break it up. Break it up. Not by accident, but Denmark once sent a snowplow tractor to Iraq because it was part of the standard offensive package. Because, of course, our standard package would be for attacking our neighbors. Right, a snowplow to Iraq. Why not? You get the assault package. It comes with a free snowplow. What are you going to do with it? I don't know, push some rocks around? Okay, cool. And then activate the extended theater on Hyra to move the party machine on Dio Mikado to Gats. Okay, Crux party machine on Dio to Gats. House Crux, here we go. Party machine on Dio to the sacred planet of Gats. Okay. And then surveyors on Gleipnir to Man. Okay, surveyors on Gleipnir. Thank you, House Crux. By the way, after the last live episode of the show, I had some weird questions for Crux, and your answers were very valuable to me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate your help. Okay. All right. So there we go. And their new fat cred total is 27. 27 for Crux. Excellent. Thank you. Thanks for being on the ball, Lyra. I appreciate that a lot. Okay. All right. So next up in the order, outro. my meddlesome friend. Let me process the order. Oh, I have a gift for you before we continue. I have a gift for you from the House of Crux. Let me finish up their turn on my spreadsheet over here, and then I will play it for you. Okay, here we go. A gift from the House of Crux.
Report 39. This is Captain Adler Gerhardt. We have made landfall at the target location. The advance will rendezvous with the High Church as scheduled to disseminate the sickness of terrorists' fabrication when my team begins our investigation. Gerhardt out.
That's ominous. I hope that, so can I just say, I hope that all Crux transmissions are required to have like slightly Wagnerian music playing behind them. Like you're not allowed to make a transmission unless you play Flight of the Valkyries in the background. Yes, hello, this is the Commandant. I'm sorry, Commandant, I can't receive your orders. Why? What's wrong? Because you don't have ominous strings in the background. Ah, yes, of course. 1 minute. Bum, 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 bum. Yes, hello, this is the Commandant. Can you get me some sausages from the market? Yes, Commandant. Click. All right, Crux. Thank you. Let's carry on. Next up is the House of Aquila. The House of Aquila. All right, so Aquila, you are number 6 this turn. And looks like we're gonna gain some points here. So for 4 experience points before they begin their turn, Aquila is going to increase their cunning to 3. Congratulations, House Aquila. You are no longer the least cunning faction on the board. Welcome to Cunning 3, where you join your cousins in the House of Fornax. And I think that's it at the bottom of the cunning pile. Congratulations. All right, so Cunning 3, good stuff. Let's make a note that happened this turn. Increase Cunning to 3 for cost 4 XP. There we go. All right, now let's give you your balance. We will continue on. Okay, so you get your money, bringing you up to 7. You're gonna get a new goal, which is planetary seizure. It's where you bring a Porygon down to the planet and you. All right, and then you're gonna take the buy asset. So, new goal, planetary seizure. Appropriate that the House of Aquila is performing a seizure, because didn't Julius Caesar have epilepsy? History facts with a big fat question mark at the end. Okay, so planetary seizure. We got action. You're gonna take buy asset. Okay, and what are you buying? You're buying you're buying stealth for the surveyors on Liorgioli, my favorite planet. Okay, Liorgioli. Give me a big plate of it. Delicious. Okay, so that brings your balance from 7 to 5, I think. Yep. Okay, it brings it down to 5. You are going to stealthify your little guys here. Let's see, where's House Aquila? Here we go. It is a point of historical debate whether Caesar suffered from epilepsy or strokes. Interesting. Okay, Aquila, surveyors on buy stealth for surveyors on Liorgioli. That's these guys. Okay. So stealth is still a checkbox. Right. Okay, perfect. Okay, there you go. So House Aquila, your surveyors are now hidden from the sector at large, and you've completed your planetary seizure. You are now the official government of the planet of Liorgioli. Congratulations. Congratulations. Oh, can I just delete this? Yeah, I can just delete it. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. Completed your goal. You got your experience. Nice work. Let's take a look at Liorgioli, shall we? Where is it? 101. So here's Liorgioli. It is a planet with an alien civilization, a tech level of 2. It's worth 1.5 influence modifier. It currently has on it some industry, some imperial industry, and then Aquilan surveyors and an Aquilan base of influence. It is a neighbor to Thorhill, which has hundreds of millions of humans, tech level 2, and is tech level or influence factor 2. Yeah, that's right. If we refresh the cache, it shows as belonging to Aquila. That's cool. Yeah, I dig it. Pretty cool. Neat. And then yeah, I can click on the planet and it'll link me to the wiki, right? Yes. So cool. All All right. Well, so now that they're in charge of this planet, I expect House Aquila will want to update the wiki page and start building some lore for Leorgioli. Delicious. Cool. All right. Thank you, House Aquila, and welcome to your new planetary control. Way to be in charge. All right. So who's next? Next up is, let's see. Oh, buy stealth. And then anything else for this turn? Complete. Yeah, that's right. Complete Leorgioli seizure. Take PGov tag. Yeah, sick. Okay, and that also earns goal complete, earns XP. Goal complete. 1 XP earned? It's 1 for uncontested, right? Yeah. Cool. All right. Fantastic. All right, next up, another of the former Houses Minor, House Reticulum, last turn's spiciest faction. This time, they are going to take a new goal and carry on. So first of all, they are going to... Let's see here. Wow. They're going to expand their influence. Now they are number 7. The goal is expand influence. Action, of course, expand influence. Action, expand influence. Okay. So it's going to cost them 4 fat creds to move stuff. So let's start there. House Reticulum, new goal is expand influence, and they are going to get their money. This brings them up to 19. Okay. All right. And then we're going to take 4 credits away. 1 credit is going to go to the Confederation of the Upright Vagrant for the pirate tag. Look, there's another one. You got another fat cred. All right. So this is transit web between Aomori and Orpheus, Orpheus and Dio, and Orpheus and Maya, and they're gonna move everything around. So let's go to Reticulum, and we're gonna do that. And we'll just take care of all these moves at once. So the 2 party machines from Orpheus to Aomori. Okay, there we go. They are going to move 1 party machine from Orpheus. That's this one. I guess it doesn't matter which one. They're the same. 1 party machine from Orpheus to Dio Mikado. Okay. All right. That makes sense. And then move 1 party machine to Maya from Orpheus. Okay. So, like, they all show up on Orpheus, cause a bunch of trouble, and then just fuck off to a bunch of different places. This is the House Reticulum party machine chaos engine. Like, they just like they're running around to a bunch of different planets, just like mixing shit up. Good job, Reticulum. Okay, and then they're going to expand influence on Dio, creating a 1 HP BOI. Okay. House Reticulum, base of influence, 1 HP BOI. It's a drive-by party on Dio. Excellent. Okay, cool. Thank you, Reticulum. All right. Great. Good stuff. All right. So next up, oh yeah, we got to make sure that Reticulum gets their experience point. Okay. So they did successfully expand, which brings them to 3. Okay. So let me make a note. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, they activated, I guess I can just copy and paste this. Thank you for that, by the way, Reticulum. Okay. And then goal achieved, 1 XP. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right, next up is House Pixis. Long may they reign. House Pixis. Here we go. Number 8 in our turn order today. Yeah, Serpents, did I not give you your experience points? I think I did. Oh no, your goal is still there. So no, you get your 1. Thank you. Thanks, T-Rex. Okay. So, the House of Pixis. They have labeled this turn House Pixis pays their taxes. They're going to take the action use asset ability. Oops, not Lyra. There we go. Use asset ability. Use asshat ability. And they are going to get their money, and then we'll do the thing. So, start of turn balance, I think, is not great for House Pixis. They start with 1. That's right. I should address this. So here's the thing about the Imperial House. Now, their base income is 6. It is -2 for the capital fleet, +1 for the party machine, and we noticed, but not until quite late in the turn, that I had not charged them. House Pixis owes me 4 fact creds. So we're removing 4 for accounting corrections from the last turn. That's on me for missing that. And then we didn't notice it until later. Yeah. So we've now noticed it, and this turn we are adjusting. Thank you everybody for your patience on that. I know it ruffled a few feathers. So yeah. We got it sorted out now. So they start with 1, plus the 1 party machine, which I think leaves them at 2. And let's begin with their turn. So, income adjusted this turn to account for a discrepancy on the part of the Space Master. Oh, hang on. You know what? Let me check something. I think I might have missed. Did everybody do their? There was a secret roll for somebody that I think I might have missed. Give me a second to double check. I just want to make sure everybody. Nope. Okay, we're good. I just wanted to make sure because I saw I'm looking at my notes and I'm like, secret roll. Oh shit. So we got it. Okay. Anyway, sorry to interrupt you, your highnessness. Let's continue. All right. Income adjusted this turn to account for a discrepancy in the part of the Space Master in the previous turn. So carrying on, they are going to use asset ability. And we're going to translocate. It doesn't, Lodestone doesn't move. Adjust the map for increased accuracy. Turns out Lodestone was at 0906 all along. Okay, let's go move Lodestone. Activating the eggplant drive. All right, so let's go Acheron row. What's funny is that Earth sector, if we imagine ourselves as part of a larger network, the Earth sector, we're moving around. We don't even know it. We're just tech level 3. We can't even tell. But somebody out there, they're adjusting the map, and we move every session. All right, 0905. Oh, you're getting close. You're getting close to the guild HQ. Be careful. Be careful there. All right, how do I? There we go. 0906. He said move. Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm allowed to say it. The Space Master has hypocrisy powers. Okay, all right, so now we got to go and adjust all this crap. So sector map, as always, we got to move home to 0906, and then anything else that is attached to it now also has to be moved. So let's do that. There we go. Oops. 0906. Lodestone. Okay, there you go. All right. So they've done that. We've adjusted the map. Lodestone is actually a little further sector south than we thought. And now, so much going on. Holy. Okay, so here we go. First of all, activate pre-tech manufactory on Lodestone, post-tech industries on Lodestone and Liorgioli, activate venture capital, and then activate commodities broker on Imperial Prime. And then they're gonna, I'm gonna copy it all over and then we're gonna do these all at once. And then they're gonna move the Imperial capital fleet from Prime to Lovelace. And then we have one more thing that we need to do. Okay. All right. So, let's see here. Pixis. Pre-tech. Let's start with pre-tech manufactory. So let's take a look at all of House Pixis's stuff. And we will see what happens. Yeah, it'd be interesting to be put in charge. Can you imagine, like, if you're, and I'd love some lore on this person, but if you are, imagine you're like a pilot in House Pixis, right? You consider yourself like an explorer and whatever, and then your third cousin twice removed becomes Emperor of the known universe, and you're like, cool, can I keep exploring? And then the Imperial House is like, actually, you have to be in charge of the Imperial Navy now. Like, get on this capital ship and you're in charge of the fleet. And they're like, oh, okay, I guess I'll do that now. So let's see. Okay, we're going to go ahead and activate pre-tech manufactory, which is on Lodestone. Pre-tech manufactory. All right, roll a D8, gain half that many fat creds. Is it rounded up or down? Can I take the fleet exploring? That's a Grand Admiral Beeblebrox to you. Yeah, right? Like, it's pretty good. Oh my God, Zaphod Beeblebrox would totally be a Pixis. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I have some questions for House Triangulum about why they made Marvin the way they did, but you know. Okay, so they get 3. They roll a 3 on that roll there. So let's go ahead and mark that. Oh God, did I hit insert by accident? The worst key on any keyboard. All right, rolled a 3, gained 2 fat creds. I think it's round up, right? Let's take another look. House Pixis. Post-tech industry. No, pre-tech manufactory. Round it up. Yeah. Okay. So they get 2. So that brings them up to 4. Yeah. All right. Okay. And then 2 post-tech industries. These are the D6 ones, right? Post-tech industry. Roll a D6. Yeah. Okay. So here's the first industry. And here's the second industry. Oh, dear. Okay. A 1 and a 5. So Lodestone rolled a 1, which loses 1 fact cred, I think. Okay, good. And then rolled a 5, gained 2. Let me double check here. I think those are the results. Yeah, 5 and 6 is return. Okay, so it's net 1, right? They lose 1. 5 is gain 2. Yep. Okay. So lose 1, gain 2 fact creds. So net 1 on that one. Okay. All right, brings them up to 5. Congratulations. Because we thought a melancholic, depressive robot with Alan Rickman's voice would be hilarious, and how dare you question our brilliance? Fair. Okay, and then activate venture capital on Imperial Prime and activate commodities broker. Let's see if we can kickstart that imperial economy here. So venture capital on Prime, which is tap the capital. 1d8 is rolled. Here we go. If we get a 1 on this, the venture capital has a chance of getting destroyed. Let's roll. It looked like it was going to be a 1. Okay, we got a 4. Okay, so let's roll the 4. And the results of that roll, venture capital on a 4, 2 fact creds. Okay. Okay, so let's make a note. Gain another 2, bringing you up to 7. Okay, and then what else we got? We got commodities broker on Prime. Okay, commodities broker is a D8, and it adds that. It's a reduce the cost. Yeah. Okay. So let me roll on that one. Oh, nice. Big discount. We got an 8 on the next one. Okay. Rolled an 8. 8. As stored discount. Good. There you go. Okay. All right. So the next thing that you buy is going to be real cheap, theoretically. Okay. And then lastly, move the capital fleet from Imperial Prime to Lovelace. Does it cost anything to move the fleet? I don't think so, right? Because it's a fucking fleet. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Let's move that Imperial capital fleet from Prime. Where's it going? It's going to Lovelace. What a lovely, what a fun event for the people of Lovelace, right? The maiden revoyage, the remaiden. I mean, these fucking spaceships have been in dry dock for a while, and many of them, I think, like, Pixis had to kind of, like, obviously this is all fluff, but I imagine Pixis would have to, like, fix some of them because they were damaged, right, in the war. The last time these were used was fighting, like, Crux and Fornax ships, C-beams, glittering in the dark off the Tannhauser Gate. The last time we ever saw them was, like, it was a fight, right? So yeah, Fornax and Pixis would have to repair them, and then this is kind of their maiden new voyage. They fly past Lovelace, and the people of Lovelace get to, like, look up into the sky and see the little white dots representing the ships and wave to the Emperor, honey. Hi, boss of the universe. Hi, Messiah, chosen of God. We love you. Okay, cool. Turn statement is days without accident. 1. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this fleet wasn't the one this fleet has never glassed a planet. I think the implement that we used to nuke Gats and turn it into the wasteland that it is, I think that was like a one-time weapon. I think that it was designed and it was used and it blew itself out. It had one charge. Yeah, exactly. That was Triangulum's, like, super bomb, and we haven't had the resources to build another one, or like the wherewithal. I feel like if Triangulum made another one, they were like, oh, this is the bomb that we use to kill Gats. You know what? We should make another one just in case. I think everybody who knew about that would be like, excuse me? What are you doing? Why? It's for terraforming. It's a terraforming engine. We're definitely going to just use it to make, like, Cabina safer to live on. I promise. It's not for that. Yeah, exactly. And then Triangulum is like, we have a gun the size of a moon. Or it might be a moon that's also a gun. Nobody really knows yet. All right. So I do have one more roll, and the House of Pixis has said, feel free to share both the question and the answer on stream. So let me ask the Vault a question, and we will roll. So the roll here, we are rolling plus 5. So I'll make the roll, and then I'll talk about the answer and everything. So we asked the Vault. Oh boy, we got a 1. Okay, so we asked the Vault a question. We get a 1. Let's see what the Vault has to say on a 1. Just a hint, the barest information. So Vault access, D10 plus 5, rolled a 1, meaning 6. The question is, what information does the Imperial Vault have regarding noble houses other than House Aquila, Crux, Eridanus, Fornax, Lyra, Pyxis, Reticulum, Serpens, Triangulum, Cygnus, and Vela. And I kind of wish that they had missed one so that I could be like, let me tell you about the House of Crux. So basically the question is, what information does the vault have regarding noble houses other than the ones we currently know about? It was phrased very well. Rolling a 1, I think the only answer you get is there were others. Period. Yeah. There were others. I think that's what you get on that's the minimum amount of information. If you had a lower, like if you could have rolled like a 4 or a 3 or a 2, I probably would have been more and more obscured. This is like, they're definitely confirmed, absolutely were at some point. There were other houses. The vault doesn't have information about them, but if you wanted to, you could try again on another turn and like continue to delve the vault. You can ask the same question more than once if you like. Don't consider these. And yeah, that's right. Others, right? More than one. Like I chose those words on purpose. Process them how you will. Yeah, the current, and I think this confirms a suspicion many people said, or many people had, that they're not alone, that there are other noble houses out there. That's right. We got lots of constellar entities to go. House Draco. Everybody knows about the sacred house of Banan. Yeah, that's right. I will say this though, it's not lupus. It's never lupus. Okay, next up in the turn order, we have the Prism Network. The Prism Network. House Banan. That's right. All right, Prism, you are what, 8, 9? 9 in the order. Okay. House Prism, the Aquila Network, the Pyxis unit. So Prism, you're gonna buy... Prism is giving me confusing inverse orders here. I have to translate. Okay, so let's start. We'll run it in the order we normally do. So first of all, for Prism, you are going to get your money. So you're 17. There we go. No new goal. Nothing to note. Prism Network is going to buy asset. They're going to buy marketers on Echo. Here we go. Okay. And then that costs them 10. Okay. So 10 brings Prism down to 7. There we go. And let's give them their marketers. There we go. What order do I prefer the orders to go in? Oh, just in order, like the way it doesn't really matter. It was just that the faction credits came after the cost. It's fine. You can keep submitting them the way you were. It just took me half a second to figure out the order to do them in. Yeah. Okay, and that's on Echo. There we go. And I believe that's it for Prism for right now. The Prism Network has been giving me some really cool insights into like what they would like the influence to sort of look like in the sector. It's been really good. Thank you for all your feedback, Prism. I appreciate that. Okay, cool. Next up is that the sound of cash registers and fizzy cheese I hear? What is that lovely percolating sound? Oh, it must be House Eridanus. All right, number 10, coming in at number 10 on the Acheron row, Hot 16. It's House Eridanus. All right, so Eridanus, they are going to, let's see, buy an asset. But they, of course, have a complicated balance action to take. So let's begin by congratulating them for breaking 100. Nice work. So 96, they have an income of 11, bringing them up to 107. Here, you get an air horn. Yo! All right. Congratulations. Anytime anyone breaks 100 faction credits, you get an air horn. Congratulations. The Emperor drives by and honks at you. Okay. All right. So now, because of the tag, we're going to roll some D6s and see if they get extra credit. So I need to roll 3D6. Oh dear. All right. 4, 1, and 2. So no extra credits this turn, right? 4, 1, and 2. Okay. So 4, 1, and 2. No additional credits. And then they're going to buy an asset. They're going to buy a commodities broker. And they've got a floating discount from last turn, I think. Yeah, they've got a floating discount from the last turn. They spend 10 for a commodities broker on Tiber. Yeah, Paul, of course. Let me look here. The answer to your question is no. Unfortunately, no, Paul. Yeah. Yeah, I see your DM. Yes, and Astronox, don't worry. You're good. The way you are submitting your orders is fine. Yeah, I think the only way you could do that thing that you were asking me about, Paul, is if you had won the election, I guess. Okay. All right. So let's charge them for their credits. Oh, I see how it works. So they're back down to 97, and then next turn they're gonna get more credits. So you're just trying to get air horns out of me, aren't you? All right, so let's give them their new asset. So this is Eridanis. They got a summoning sick. What did you buy? Marketers, commodities broker. God's own merchants. Okay, and that's on Tiber. Okay, there we go. And then they have some credits to spend on a thing. So they spend 5 credits on a thing. Let's see here. And we're going to roll and see what happens. Okay. Ooh, not bad. Not bad. You got 13. Okay. All right. Rolled an 8. Total 13. So again, anybody whose faction is doing a secret project, it would be a huge favor to me if after the faction turn sometime you reach out to me and say, hey, Adam, during the faction turn, we were trying to do this. This is the number we got. What happened? Like, just to remind me. It's easier on me than having to like dig through and like message you. So yeah, if you're a faction that had one of these secret rolls, hit me up and we'll talk about what the deal is. Okay. All right. So that is it. It costs you your 5 credits, which I believe I charged you for already. Yep. 92. Okay. Good. I have an announcement for you. I really like this one, and I sort of hate how much I like it. This is an announcement from the House of Eridanis regarding some very, very important news. Important news from the House of Eridanis. Here we go.
How do you do, fellow Yakians? It's your good friend Count Fizz here with exciting news. While everyone knows that Eridani Banking Services can invest your money wisely for a fantastic annual return, don't put your taste buds in escrow. From first blood to wet cardboard, Fizzy Cheese has just the flavor to delight you and your family. Remember, our secret production methods mean that there is no expiry date. So what are you waiting for? Get out there, spend your hard-earned credits on some Fizzy Cheese and spray it down today. When's the right time for Fizzy Cheese? Now! Forever.
The music alone. All right, here. I'm gonna make you a promise, Eridanis. If you ever exit the game, if you ever retire as a faction, right? I will, in celebration, I will go to the Safeway that's kind of near my house. I will buy a can of spray cheese and I will eat some of it on stream in your honor. Because it's the closest I'm going to get to fizzy cheese. So if you ever retire as a faction, I will buy a can of spray cheese and I will, on stream, I will consume some of it in your name. Just for you. All right, cool. Thank you, Eridanis. That was lovely. So next up, we got the Democratic mandate. It's my favorite kind of mandate. And they are number 11. All right, Democratic mandate. This turn 18, shall be dubbed the CARE Act. Cabinan Access to Research and Economics Act. So, let's see. You have no faction credits. Let's give you some. Now you have 5. Good. Excellent. All right. You're going to set your goal to expand Expecto Patronum. So expand influence. Can you guess? Can you guess what the action's going to be? It's the old Wombo combo. Expand influence. That's right. All right. So they are going to build a 1 hit point base of influence on the planet Cabina, which means there is a chance that now the PCs could run into a Democratic mandate school. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna introduce, because we haven't seen. I mean, there's lots of factions we haven't even talked about on screen, but. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Seraph is going to be a huge deal as long as they're on Cabina. The Triangulum office that's there. Again, this is why that map is so useful for me. Okay, so build a 1 HP BOI base of influence for the Democratic mandate. Base of influence. 1 on Cabina. Oh my God, can I sort by status now? I can. This is awesome because now I can just, when I have to clear summoning sickness, I can just go and clear them all at once. That's so good. Anyway, sorry, I'm just being excited about a spreadsheet. All right, so your outgoing amount at the end of the turn is 4, I think. Yeah, because you spent 1, so you got 4 now. You get your experience point, brings you up to 4 XP. Let me make a note, and then I have an announcement from you as well. Wait, what happened? Eridanis, Reticulum, Democratic mandate. There it is. I was like, I lost you. Goal achieved. +1 XP. Okay. Cool. So now I've got to play something for you. And I gotta say, so when I envision what a public announcement from the Democratic mandate sounds like, the tone of the voice that the person who recorded this uses is perfect. Like, it just sounds so Democratic mandate to me. Listen.
Demand Public Radio is proud to announce its first sector-wide original program, Nobles at 9. Sit down with your favourite Cabina Cup and join me, Dominic Mountjoy, as we speak with some of our favourite Noble friends about the happenings of the week. Nobles at 9 is a Democratic mandate production. Our first season is supported by the University for Social, Economical and Political Thought. USET, cutting-edge curricula for all.
Ah, it's so good. And it's such a I don't know if this is just like me and from like growing up with very English grandparents who listened to the BBC all the time, but like that just immediately brought me back. Like I was just like, I was at my great grandma's house and there's like tea and biscuits and she's listening to the BBC and we're just like, it's just like the sleepiest thing of all time. And she's talking about some fucking town nobody's ever heard of in the middle of nowhere in the UK. And it's just, it's this very gentle, and that little outro, the little like I don't even know what that was, but it was perfect. That was very, very good. Thank you for that little bit of nostalgic British radio. Today on the news, we'll be talking to it was maybe a harpsichord or a clavius or whatever it's called. Clavius is the name of the NPC. It's a harpsichord. Yeah. It was great. Thank you for that democratic mandate. See, this is the thing, like in just the same way that the House Triangulum and their predecessors in the Red Dogs kind of like brought forth their vibe through these little media bits. I feel like the Democratic Mandate did such a good job with that. That makes me so happy. Yeah, that was really good. So let's carry on. Next up. There we go. In French, it's a clavecin. No idea in English. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what instrument I'm thinking of. Max would know. Okay, so who we got left? We got Lyra. Let's do Lyra's turn. Yeah, we got Lyra, Triangulum, Vagrant, and the Deathless. Okay, so Lyra. So Lyra, you are 12th in the order. Let's give you your money, and then we'll take your turn. So, how's Lyra? Here we go. 26. There we go. Okay. Oh, they're going to complete their Phi-Meat seizure today. Don't let me forget, okay? All right, so the action is going to be buy asset this turn. All right, and then they're going to buy a party machine on Orpheus. Okay, for 8 credits. It's a House Lyra party. Okay. I'm gonna need some more rows soon. Okay. So Lyra party machine. It is currently undergoing the summoning sickness, and it's on Orpheus. Perfect. Okay. And we got that, and that's good. And then they're gonna spend 1 faction credit to make a move. So they're gonna move some smugglers to Cabina. Oh yeah, these are the art smugglers. Okay, so they're moving from Navette to Cabina. So Lyra smugglers from Navette to Cabina. Excellent. Okay. And then they have finished seizing Phi-Meat. And there we go. Okay, so let me make a note of that. So seizure of Phi-Meat is complete. Granting PGov tag. I should start writing down who is the planetary government of what planet somewhere. I feel like that's something that so far I've only been able to infer. I don't think we have like a list. Each faction obviously knows what planets they're in charge of, but yeah, something that I don't think I have written down anywhere in particular. Usually I can just guess. Guildies to add it to the sheet. This is the thing. Where is it? Where's the tab? Show it to me. Planetary ownership. Wait a second. That tab wasn't here when we started the stream, was it? Look at that. Look at all that yellow. Woo. It was? What the hell? Oh man, just like stuff getting added. It's great. Well, thank you. Yeah, seriously. Look at all that yellow. Hot damn. Okay. All right. Let's see. How do they buy and move things? A lot of assets are they can move without actually costing an action. So like here, let me read the smugglers for you. I I believe smugglers was one of those ones. But if it says as an action, yeah, those smugglers can't actually move. Let me see. Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 of them that can do that without. I think they are, but yeah, it was, let's see, use smugglers on Navette and move them to Cabina. How's Lyra? Smugglers. For 1 fact cred, can transport, not as an action. Yep, it's an action-free one. Yeah. So their total should be 17. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Things you pay for are usually action-free. Smugglers, covert shipping, and transit webs can go without an action. This is something that is part of the like greater like rebalancing thing because of action economy, and not having to take an action to move something immediately makes those actions much better, right? Or makes those assets much better. Free movement is one like value add for an asset in terms of determining how much it costs and like what it's like. But anyway, yeah, there you go. Yeah, unless it's a force asset, in which case most of them it's an action and a cost. Yeah, well, again, part of the force needs some free movement. I agree. Yeah. Okay, all right. House Lyra, thank you. That is their faction turn. Let us continue. Moving on, House Triangulum. Coming in 13th place here. House Triangulum, they have 17 fact creds, I think. Triangulum. Yep, 17. There we go. And they are going to take action. I'm going to seize planet. So let me take a quick look here. Yeah, perfect. I had a little momentary panic where I was like, did I ask if anybody wants to contest? But then I realized they're the only ones on Bora, so it's okay. All right, House Triangulum, no goal right now, but they're going to take the Seize Planet action. So action, Seize Planet, Bora. Lyra should have 2 XP. Did I not? Oh, that's right. There it is. Thank you. Okay, so Seize Planet on Bora, and they're going to, using covert shipping, Seize Bora causes the covert shipping to lose stealth. It does. Okay. Boop. There we go. All right. Yeah, because you can't stealth an asset. That's right. So let me make a note of that. Seize Planet with covert shipping, which is unstealthed as a result. Okay. And then they are going to use 1 fact cred to activate their covert shipping and move the enhanced psychic assassins from Kama to Lovelace. I heard these enhanced psychic assassins were demons in human form. That's what I heard. I heard that they were unleashed from the pits of hell itself. That's what I heard. All right, and now they're on Lovelace. Okay, so that costs 1 fact cred. Bringing them down to 16. Okay. And then the Seize Planet doesn't cost anything. They are now in the midst of a seizure. So seizure Bora. 1 of 3. Let's go take a look at Bora. What the hell's Bora about? What's your deal, Bora? Bora is 601, I think. It's got party machine, base of influence, hundreds of millions of people. TL1, Jesus Christ. Hundreds of millions of, it's like sad cave people. Yeah, good. Let's take a closer look. So Bora, a thick atmosphere, breathable with a pressure mask. Okay, so you're gonna have to help me understand Bora, because it's a quarantined tomb world. It's got a thick atmosphere, breathable with a pressure mask. It is a frozen planet with an immiscible biosphere, but hundreds of millions of humans live on it in medieval conditions. So, yeah. Right, cave people is TL0. That's true. Life below the giant glaciers, right? And this could very easily be like the planet used to be a much higher tech level, but now it is not, right? And so they live amidst, they live in like undying technology. It's like Chrono Trigger. It's the no, shush, quiet, Siri. You're not invited to this party. No AI allowed. It's like the future in Chrono Trigger. Yeah. Okay, cool. Good stuff. So now it is being seized by here, look, we'll make it even more. I'm gonna write it in Guildese for you. There, you don't like it? Now how do you like it? Okay. All right. And then I believe we have a statement from I like it much more, thank you. We have a triangulum announcement. Okay, here we go.
House Triangulum is proud to announce the keynote presentations of the 237th Annual Imperial Conference of Political Science. Long live the Emperor, a call for imperial stability by the application of unifying institutional peace theory based in defensive realism, exploring the non-productive and futile impacts of inter-house conflict and conspiracy in a post-war sector, as well as subconscious blundering, how personal and cultural bias distort perceived intentions and leave individuals vulnerable to psychological manipulation by deceitful actors, strategies for improved multilateral diplomacy.
I think House Triangulum just used some kind of like secret MES technique on me because I'm both incredibly interested and super bored. Like, I get to the end of that and I'm like, that sounded really important, but like, I don't remember anything that person just said. It's perfect. It's documentary voice. I mean, that's a technocratic trick, right? That like bombardment of mimetic information. It's good. I like it. I can't remember, but I know it sounds like a very important event. Good stuff. Thank you. All right. Next up, having fatted themselves on the 2 credits they earned from piracy this turn, it's the Confederation of the Upright Vagrant. So they're going to set a new goal, planetary seizure. Oh, I guess we should mark what number they are. They are number 14. Planetary seizure. Okay, let's go ahead and note that. There we go, because they're going to finish seizing orgy. You know, I think Argiast sounds dirty because it sounds both like the words orgy and orgasm at the same time. I know it's not comma. Comma is the dirty planet, but just the name of it, just every time part of my brain is like, hee. And I'm like, no, Adam, it's nothing titillating about it. It's a planet. Leave it alone. All right. So, planetary seizure, they are going to take the buy asset. This is fun. So they're going to buy an asset. Are you ready? So what do you think? What asset do you think a group of space pirates would need, right? Spaceships, cannons, like bombs, guns, a bank? Everybody's starting their own banks. All right. So, Confederation, it cost them all but one of their credits, I think. But I owe them their income, so they should be at 6 total. So let's buy them their bank. That's right? I didn't just fuck up their balance. We got it. It would be at 0, like 4, but yeah, I think I got it right. Vagrant, if I messed up the math, let me know. You should be 2 higher than you thought you were. And they're buying a bank. Yeah. It's an island called Tortuga. Okay. So let's add that in. I'd put my money in the pirate bank. It's like a dark web bank. Yeah, totally. Yeah, come to the bank marked with an X. I mean, the idea of a bunch of pirate captains putting in money to a fund. This is like it's like the various gangs of Gotham getting together to fight the Batman, right? That's always been kind of a thing about Vagrant, is that they're like they're a confederation of like multiple ships and fleets and stuff. Yeah, it totally makes sense. Okay, all right. So Confederation of the Upright Vagrant. They're gonna buy a bank. And they're buying it on Aldost, I think is where the bank is going. Yeah, Aldost. Boop. All right. Wicked. Okay. So they bought the bank on Aldost, and then they're going to move some shit around, and then they're going to complete their goal. So 1 fact cred to move the demagogue from Argiast to Halger. Okay. 1 fact cred brings him down to 5. They're going to move the demagogue from Argiast to Halger, I think is the... Where's this damn demagogue? There it is. I see it now. Argiast to Halger. Here we go. Okay. Got it. And then complete their goal for 1 XP. And we'll take away that money. Yep, we got it. 1 there. They're at 5. Planetary seizure is complete. They are now the planetary government of Argiast. Very nice. Bring them up to 4. And let's make a note here. Complete goal for 1 XP. P-Gov tag for Argiast obtained. Lovely. Excellent. All right. Good work. Good work, pirates. You are good to go. Okay. Cool. Cool. Next up, I think this is it. I think this is our last one. All right, Deathless. So bringing up the rear, at the end of the turn, we have the Deathless. Deathless, I swear to God, you have been like last or close to last so many turns. Oh no, I guess not bad. You had a 4 and an 8, but 16, 15, 12, 15. That's right, in the rear with the gear. All right, so Deathless starts with 53 fact creds. They're going to do a bunch of stuff. Also, thank you for the detailed orders here. So first of all, they're going to take the action use asset ability. Okay. I always thought the turns were round robin. No, they're randomized every turn. Yep. So use asset ability. All right, here we go. So first of all, activate extended theater to move a Monopoly from Lovelace to Endophiel. Okay, let's do that. All right, so Deathless from Lovelace to Endophiel. And what are you moving again? You're moving Monopoly. Oh, another one. Oh, your other Monopoly. Okay, here we go. To Endophiel. Yep. Okay. That costs you 1 credit. Bring it down to 52. All right. And then activate the mercenary tag to move 2 Monopolies and a shipping combine on Hroa to Endophiel. Okay. All right. So Hroa, they're moving 2 Monopolies and their shipping combine, which I think might be everything but their BOI. Yeah. Okay. Endophiel. Okay. Nice. So you're moving all your stuff there. No, the other Monopoly. Did I move the wrong one? Endophiel. Yeah, it was on Lovelace to Endophiel. Yeah, I got it. Okay. You did. I was just messing with you. Get out of here. Okay. All right. And then activate Pretech Logistics on Demnoff to build an extended theater. Okay. I should record the mercenary tag. Yeah, let's do that one. On the move. Deathless? Oh, I lost you. Where did you go? There we go. And then activating pre-tech logistics to build an extended theater. That's going to cost 15 fact creds. And they're building it on Demnoff. Okay. So 37 now. Okay. Way down here, we're going to build a Deathless extended theater. The Deathless Theater program is just, it's the best. It's the best in the system. Okay. And then activate post-tech industry on Chippy to see if they make any money. Okay. All right, let's make that roll. It's a D6. So here we go. 5, get +2 fact creds. Nice. All right. Rolled a 5 +2 fact creds, bringing you up to 39 total. And then I have one last audio recording to play for you before we complete today's faction turn and move on. Okay, so here we go, friends. Our last announcement. Hold on to your butts.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
DEFCON is now once again fully operational. Take time this month to visit Andofio and experience the celebrations of Koshe's birthday. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to experience the best of DEFCON at the Cathedral of Koshe on Stoganago.
Fuck yeah! I'm gonna be a DEFCON 2020. DEFCON. We've reached DEFCON 5, everybody. All right, so thank you everyone for your hard work and dedication to the Far Verona faction turn. Thank you, faction reps, for your hard work on all of the things that you do. So just a few last minute notes for everybody. So there will be no faction turn in December. December, we are going to, as we did last year, we're going to have a Christmas hiatus for one turn's worth. Turnsworth is actually a great last name for a noble too. So we're gonna have one month worth of short break, which means I won't be handing out turn orders until the beginning of January, after the January faction shift, right? Because if I give them out now, people could leave their faction, and then it would be like, well, how did you know? Because you were in this other faction. So that's a thing. I'm going to try in December to do 2 or maybe 3 if I can swing it, design streams. So I want to finish with what we're working on for Far Verona. So that's going to be my main focus, and we'll do that throughout next month. I'd love to have it finished for January. I don't have any other like big projects, but I am waiting for some feedback on one. So we'll see. We've got like at least 6 weeks to do the thing. Yeah, there'll be another Far Verona GM prep stream pretty soon, I think, probably after this next episode. So lots of content still, and feel free to celebrate Cruxmas in your own way with your own faction. Thank you as always for coming, everybody. I will see you on the Discord server, and then again in a couple of months for another faction turn. That's it. That's our faction turn. Thank you for coming. We'll see you in January for the next one, but of course, we'll hang out in between now and then. I believe there is, if you're watching this live, there is an episode of Far Verona, I think this Saturday. I think we've confirmed for this Saturday. So definitely tune in for that. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.